Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that can shift the entire trajectory of your life, minus 10 keys that, if applied, can create dramatic, lasting change. Change doesn't happen by accident, it's a result of intentional action. And the beauty of life is that anyone, at any point, can decide to turn the page and start writing a new chapter. Now, if you're ready for real transformation, let's dive right in. 1. Set clear, compelling goals. You can't hit a target you can't see. The first step to changing your life is having a vision of where you want to go. But here's the secret, don't just set goals. Set goals that excite you, goals that pull you out of bed in the morning with purpose. A vague goal like I want to be successful won't cut it. You need something clear and defined, like I want to earn X amount by next year, or I will improve my health by exercising 4 times a week. 2. Develop a plan and be willing to adjust it. Goals without a plan are just wishes. Once you know where you want to go, map out how you're going to get there. This plan is your blueprint for change, but remember, life isn't always predictable. Sometimes the road will be winding, but be flexible. Adjust your plan, not your goal. 3. Change your habits, change your life. Success is found in your daily habits. What you do each day matters far more than what you do once in a while. Ask yourself, are your habits leading you closer to your goals, or are they keeping you stuck? If you want dramatic change, focus on improving one habit at a time. Small daily improvements over time lead to staggering results. 4. Master your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. You can have all the talent, resources, and connections in the world, but if your mind isn't in the right place, none of it will matter. Cultivate a mindset of growth, optimism, and resilience. Train yourself to see obstacles as opportunities to grow. What you believe about yourself and your future will determine what you achieve. 5. Surround yourself with the right people. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. The people you spend time with influence your thoughts, behaviors, and even your success. If you want to elevate your life, spend time with those who challenge and inspire you. Find mentors, peers, and friends who push you to become your best self. Don't underestimate the power of association. 6. Take 100% responsibility. One of the most empowering keys to change is accepting full responsibility for your life. No blaming, no excuses. The moment you say, it's up to me, is the moment your life begins to transform. While you can't always control what happens to you, you can always control how you respond. That response is your power. 7. Keep learning and growing. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. Make a commitment to continual personal development. Whether it's reading, attending seminars, or seeking out mentors, always stay curious. The more you learn, the more options you'll have to change and improve your life. 8. Embrace discipline over motivation. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is like the wind, it comes and goes. But discipline, that's like the engine in your car. It doesn't matter how you feel on a given day. When you're disciplined, you do the work no matter what. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. 9. Take massive, consistent action. Ideas and plans are great, but without action, they're just dreams. If you want change, you need to move. Consistent, focused action compounds over time. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. So take a step, no matter how small, and then take another. Momentum is a powerful force. 10. Practice gratitude. Lastly, one of the most underrated keys to transformation is gratitude. Why? Because when you're grateful, you're not focusing on what you lack, but on what you have. Gratitude shifts your perspective and opens the door to more abundance. Appreciate the journey as much as the destination, and you'll find that life becomes richer and more fulfilling. Setting clear, compelling goals is the foundation for any meaningful transformation in life. Without a target, without a destination in mind, it's impossible to navigate the path towards success. Goals serve as a guidepost, directing your efforts, energy, and focus towards something specific and achievable. Without goals, it's easy to drift aimlessly, reacting to whatever comes your way rather than taking proactive steps toward the life you want. When you set a goal, you're making a decision about what matters most to you. This decision acts as a powerful filter, helping you sift through distractions, trivialities, and the endless noise of everyday life. It sharpens your focus, allowing you to zero in on the things that will truly move the needle in your life, but not just any goals will do. The key is to set goals that are not only clear but also compelling, goals that light a fire in your belly and give you a reason to wake up with enthusiasm each day. A clear goal is specific and measurable. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, because that's too vague. What does success mean to you? Is it financial freedom? Is it reaching a certain position in your career? Is it improving your health or relationships? Defining what success looks like for you is the first step in crafting a goal that will actually lead to change. When you clarify your goal, you give yourself a clear picture of what you're aiming for. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, a clear goal would be, I want to lose 20 pounds by exercising 4 times a week and eating a balanced diet. Now you've taken an abstract idea and turned it into something concrete, something you can measure and track. But clarity alone is not enough. Your goal also needs to be compelling. A compelling goal is one that deeply resonates with you, one that inspires you to take action even when the going gets tough. It's a goal that aligns with your values, desires, and vision for the future. When you set a goal that's truly compelling, you don't have to rely solely on willpower to stay motivated. The goal itself becomes a source of energy and inspiration. It pulls you forward, even on days when you feel tired or discouraged. Compelling goals often arise from a deeper place within you. They are not just about achieving something external, but about fulfilling a deeper need or desire. Perhaps you want to improve your financial situation, not just for the sake of having more money, but because financial freedom would allow you to provide a better life for your family or pursue passions you've always put on hold. Or maybe you want to get in shape, not just to look better, but because you value health and vitality, and you want to have the energy to fully engage in life. When your goal is tied to something that matters deeply to you, it becomes much easier to stay committed. Once you've set a clear and compelling goal, the next step is to break it down into manageable steps. Big goals can often feel overwhelming if you try to tackle them all at once. But when you break them down into smaller, actionable steps, they become much more achievable. For example, if your goal is to start a business, you might break that down into steps like researching the market, developing a business plan, securing funding, and launching your first product. By breaking the goal down into specific tasks, you not only make it easier to take action, but you also create a sense of momentum. Each small step forward brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and that sense of progress fuels your motivation to keep going. Another crucial aspect of setting clear and compelling goals is the timeline. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. When you set a deadline for your goal, you create a sense of urgency. You give yourself a time frame in which to accomplish the goal, which helps prevent procrastination and ensures that you stay on track. Deadlines also allow you to measure your progress and adjust your approach if necessary. For example, if your goal is to increase your income by a certain amount in the next year, you can track your progress month by month and make adjustments if you're not hitting your targets. Accountability is another powerful tool in the goal-setting process. When you share your goals with others, you increase the likelihood of following through. This is because accountability creates a sense of responsibility. When you know someone else is aware of your goal and is expecting you to make progress, you're more likely to stay committed. You can seek accountability from a mentor, coach, friend, or even a group of like-minded individuals who are also working toward their own goals. Accountability partners can provide encouragement, feedback, and support when you need it most, helping you stay focused and motivated. One common mistake people make when setting goals is being too rigid. While it's important to have a clear direction, it's equally important to remain flexible. Life is unpredictable and circumstances can change. The path to achieving your goal may not always be linear, and you may encounter obstacles or setbacks along the way. When this happens, it's essential to be adaptable. Instead of giving up when things don't go as planned, be willing to adjust your approach. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your goal, it means being open to finding new ways to achieve it. For example, if your original plan to start a business hits a roadblock, you might need to explore alternative funding options or tweak your business model. The key is to stay committed to the goal while remaining flexible in how you achieve it. Another important factor in goal setting is maintaining a positive mindset. The process of working toward a goal is rarely without challenges. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when progress seems slow, or when you face unexpected setbacks. During these times, it's easy to become discouraged and lose sight of your goal. This is why maintaining a positive, resilient mindset is critical. When you encounter obstacles, instead of viewing them as failures, see them as learning opportunities. Every setback is a chance to grow, adjust your strategy, and come back stronger. A positive mindset not only helps you stay motivated, but also enhances your problem-solving abilities. When you believe in your ability to overcome challenges, you're more likely to find solutions and keep moving forward. Another crucial element in the pursuit of a goal is discipline. Motivation is important, but it's not always reliable. Some days you may feel inspired and ready to tackle your goals with enthusiasm. Other days you may feel tired, unmotivated, or distracted. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to your goals even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of your mood or circumstances. Discipline helps you stay on track even when motivation wanes. By building discipline, you create habits that support your goals, making it easier to stay consistent over the long term. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, discipline might mean going to the gym even on days when you don't feel like it, or choosing a healthy meal over junk food when you're tempted to indulge. Over time, these disciplined actions add up and lead to significant progress. Visualization is another powerful tool in achieving your goals. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goal, you create a mental picture that can inspire and motivate you. Visualization helps you connect emotionally with your goal, making it feel more real and attainable. For example, if your goal is to advance in your career, you might visualize yourself in a higher position, leading a team, or receiving recognition for your accomplishments. Lastly, it's important to celebrate your progress along the way. Achieving a big goal can take time, and it's easy to become discouraged if you're always focused on the end result. By celebrating small wins and acknowledging the progress you're making, you keep your motivation high and reinforce the behaviors that are moving you closer to your goal. The first step in changing your habits is to become aware of them. Many of the habits that shape your life operate below the level of conscious thought. They are automatic behaviors that have been ingrained through repetition. Because of this, you might not even realize that certain habits are holding you back or keeping you stuck in a cycle of unproductive or unhealthy behaviors. To change your habits, you need to first recognize what they are and how they are influencing your life. This requires mindfulness and self-reflection. Pay attention to the patterns of behavior that occur throughout your day. What do you do first thing in the morning? How do you spend your time at work? What do you do when you're stressed or bored? By observing your habits, you can identify which ones are helping you move towards your goals and which ones are acting as obstacles. Once you've identified the habits you want to change, the next step is to understand why they exist. Every habit, whether positive or negative, serves a purpose. It provides some sort of reward or benefit, even if that benefit is temporary or superficial. For example, the habit of eating junk food when you're stressed provides the immediate reward of comfort, even though it may harm your health in the long run. Smoking may offer a sense of relaxation or escape, even though it's damaging your body. By understanding the underlying reasons for your habits, you can begin to dismantle them and replace them with healthier alternatives. It's not enough to simply decide to stop a bad habit. You need to replace it with something that provides a similar reward but aligns with your long-term goals. Changing a habit requires both intention and action. You have to make a conscious decision to change and then follow through with consistent action. This is where many people struggle. They may have the desire to change, but they find it difficult to sustain the effort over time. This is because habits are deeply ingrained behaviors that have been reinforced through repetition, and breaking them requires persistence. It's not enough to change your behavior for a day or two. You need to commit to changing it consistently over weeks and months until the new habit becomes automatic. One of the most effective strategies for changing your habits is to start small. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire routine at once, focus on making one small change at a time. This makes the process more manageable and less overwhelming. For example, if your goal is to become more physically active, you don't need to commit to going to the gym for an hour every day right away. Start by incorporating just 10 minutes of exercise into your daily routine. Once that becomes a habit, you can gradually increase the time and intensity of your workouts. Starting small makes it easier to stick with the change, and as you experience success with small changes, your confidence grows, making it easier to tackle bigger changes. Consistency is the key to making a new habit stick. It's not about making a huge effort once and then falling back into old patterns. It's about making small, consistent efforts over time. The brain thrives on repetition, and the more you repeat a behavior, the more ingrained it becomes. This is why habits can feel so automatic. They are the result of repeated actions that have become second nature. When you're trying to form a new habit, it's important to be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it's normal to encounter setbacks along the way. The key is not to get discouraged by these setbacks, but to keep moving forward. If you miss a day or fall back into an old habit, don't give up. Acknowledge the slip-up, learn from it, and recommit to your goal. Over time, as you consistently practice the new habit, it will become easier and more automatic. Another important aspect of changing your habits is creating an environment that supports your goals. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your behavior, often more than you realize. If you want to change a habit, it's important to set up your environment in a way that makes it easier to succeed. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and remove tempting junk foods. If you want to exercise more, keep your workout clothes and equipment easily accessible. By making it easier to engage in the new habit and harder to engage in the old one, you increase your chances of success. In this way, you're using your environment to support the change you want to make, rather than relying solely on willpower. Accountability is another powerful tool in habit change. When you hold yourself accountable to someone else, whether it's a friend, family member, or coach, you're more likely to follow through on your commitments. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility and makes it harder to justify skipping out on your goals. For example, if you're trying to develop the habit of going to the gym regularly, having a workout partner who expects you to show up makes it less likely that you'll skip a session. Similarly, sharing your goals with someone and regularly updating them on your progress can help keep you motivated and on track. It's also important to recognize that changing your habits is not just about discipline and willpower. While these are important factors, changing habits also involves changing your identity and beliefs about yourself. If you see yourself as someone who is unhealthy or undisciplined, it will be much harder to adopt new, healthier habits. To successfully change your habits, you need to start thinking of yourself as the type of person who embodies the new behavior you're trying to adopt. For example, instead of just trying to go for a run every day, start thinking of yourself as a runner. When you shift your identity to align with your new habit, the behavior becomes more natural and sustainable. This is because your actions are now in alignment with the way you see yourself rather than being something that feels forced or unnatural. Visualization is a powerful technique that can help reinforce this identity shift. By vividly imagining yourself engaging in the new habit and experiencing the positive outcomes it brings, you create a mental blueprint for success. For example, if your goal is to improve your health through regular exercise, spend time visualizing yourself working out consistently, feeling strong and energized, and enjoying the benefits of a healthier body. This mental rehearsal can help program your mind for success and make the new habit feel more attainable. Celebrating your progress is another key component of habit change. It's easy to get caught up in the end goal and forget to acknowledge the small wins along the way. But recognizing and celebrating your progress, no matter how small, reinforces the new habit and keeps you motivated to continue. Each time you successfully engage in the new habit, you're strengthening the neural pathways in your brain that support the behavior. By celebrating these small victories, you give yourself positive reinforcement, which makes it more likely that you'll continue to engage in the behavior in the future. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to change their habits is dealing with setbacks. No matter how committed you are to your goal, there will be times when you slip up and revert to old habits. This is a natural part of the process, and it's important not to let these setbacks derail your progress. The key is to approach setbacks with a growth mindset. Instead of seeing them as failures, view them as learning opportunities. Ask yourself what triggered the setback and how you can adjust your approach to prevent it from happening again. By treating setbacks as part of the learning process rather than as a sign of failure, you build resilience and increase your chances of long-term success. It's also helpful to anticipate challenges in advance and have a plan for dealing with them. For example, if you know that stress often triggers unhealthy eating habits, come up with a strategy for managing stress in a healthier way, such as practicing deep breathing, going for a walk, or talking to a friend. By having a plan in place, you'll be better prepared to handle challenges when they arise, rather than being caught off guard and falling back into old patterns. Changing your habits is not just about creating new routines, it's about creating a new version of yourself. Every time you engage in a new habit, you're casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. Over time, these votes add up, and the new identity you're building becomes stronger and more ingrained. The process of habit change is gradual, but with persistence, consistency, and the right strategies, it can lead to profound and lasting transformation. By focusing on small, incremental improvements, staying patient with yourself, and creating an environment that supports your goals, you can create the habits that will lead to the life you truly want. Mastering your mindset is one of the most critical steps in dramatically changing your life. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, interpret events, and make decisions. It governs your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your actions. The way you think about yourself, others, and the challenges you face plays a significant role in determining your success or failure in life. If your mindset is limiting, negative, or defeatist, you will struggle to achieve your goals and create the life you desire. On the other hand, if you cultivate a mindset of growth, resilience, and possibility, you open the door to new opportunities, solutions, and progress. Your mindset begins with your beliefs. These are the deep-seated ideas you hold about yourself and the world around you. Often these beliefs are formed early in life, shaped by your experiences, upbringing, and the messages you've internalized from others. Many of these beliefs operate unconsciously, and unless you actively examine and challenge them, they can hold you back. For example, if you believe that you are not capable of achieving success, you will likely sabotage your efforts, either by not trying at all or by giving up at the first sign of difficulty. Similarly, if you believe that the world is full of obstacles and that success is only for the lucky few, you will approach life with a sense of defeat before you even begin. To master your mindset, you must first become aware of the beliefs that are shaping your thoughts and actions. This requires introspection and a willingness to question the stories you've been telling yourself. Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? What do I believe about my abilities, my potential, and my worth? If you discover that your beliefs are limiting, negative, or self-defeating, it's essential to challenge them. Recognize that your beliefs are not fixed or permanent. They are simply ideas that you've accepted as true, but they can be changed. One of the most powerful ways to change your beliefs is to adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which is the belief that your qualities are set in stone and that no matter what you do, you cannot change or improve. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as threats or confirmations of your inadequacy. You understand that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. With a growth mindset, you are more likely to persevere in the face of setbacks, seek out feedback, and continuously strive to improve. Mastering your mindset also involves taking control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful because they shape your emotions, actions, and ultimately your reality. If you constantly think negative thoughts, such as "I can't do this" or "I'm not good enough," you will create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Another key aspect of mastering your mindset is developing emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles, and how you respond to them will largely depend on your mindset. Building resilience starts with reframing the way you view challenges and failures. Instead of seeing them as evidence of your limitations, see them as opportunities to learn and improve. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this setback to become stronger or better? By shifting your perspective, you can turn adversity into an advantage. Additionally, it's important to recognize that resilience is not about going it alone. Part of developing a resilient mindset is knowing when to seek support from others. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Another crucial component of mastering your mindset is cultivating self-compassion. Many people are their own worst critics, constantly beating themselves up for mistakes, imperfections, or perceived shortcomings. This kind of harsh self-judgment only serves to undermine your confidence and erode your sense of self-worth. To master your mindset, you must learn to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when things don't go as planned. Self-compassion involves acknowledging your imperfections and mistakes without judgment or criticism. It means recognizing that you are human and that it's okay to stumble along the way. When you practice self-compassion, you create a supportive inner environment that allows you to grow, learn, and improve without fear of failure or rejection. Mastering your mindset also involves developing a sense of purpose and clarity about what you want to achieve in life. When you have a clear vision of your goals and values, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated, even in the face of obstacles. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to get distracted by short-term gratification or to give up when things get tough. However, when you know why you're doing something and what you hope to achieve, you are more likely to stay committed and persevere. Take the time to reflect on your values, your passions, and your long-term goals. What do you want to accomplish in life? What kind of person do you want to become? When you have a strong sense of purpose, your mindset becomes aligned with your vision, and you can make decisions and take actions that support your goals. A critical element of mastering your mindset is learning to focus on what you can control. Many people waste a tremendous amount of time and energy worrying about things that are outside of their control, such as other people's opinions, external circumstances, or past events. This kind of focus only leads to frustration, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness. To master your mindset, you need to shift your focus to the things that you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, and your responses to challenges. By focusing on what you can control, you empower yourself to take meaningful action and create positive change in your life. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. This shift in focus can dramatically reduce stress and increase your sense of agency and empowerment. Mastering your mindset also requires developing mental discipline. Mental discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals and resist distractions, temptations, or negative influences. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, from social media and entertainment to the opinions and expectations of others. If you're not disciplined in your thinking, it's easy to get pulled off course and lose sight of what's important. Mental discipline involves training your mind to stay focused on your priorities, even when it's tempting to give in to distractions. It means making a conscious effort to stay aligned with your values and long-term goals rather than getting sidetracked by short-term gratification or the opinions of others. To strengthen your mental discipline, it's important to practice self-awareness and self-regulation. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize when your thoughts or actions are veering off course, while self-regulation is the ability to correct them and refocus your attention. For example, if you catch yourself spending too much time on unproductive activities, such as scrolling through social media or engaging in negative self-talk, self-awareness allows you to recognize that behavior. While self-regulation helps you shift your focus back to something more constructive. Over time, with consistent practice, mental discipline becomes a habit, allowing you to stay focused and make progress toward your goals. Finally, mastering your mindset involves cultivating a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. It's easy to get so focused on future goals or past regrets that you forget to appreciate what you have in the here and now. When you cultivate gratitude, you train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life rather than dwelling on what's lacking or what's gone wrong. Gratitude helps shift your mindset from one of scarcity and dissatisfaction to one of abundance and fulfillment. It reminds you that no matter what challenges you may be facing, there is always something to be grateful for. This shift in perspective not only improves your emotional well-being, but also enhances your ability to stay motivated and focused on your goals. When you approach life with a sense of gratitude, you create a positive, empowered mindset that allows you to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. Taking 100% responsibility for your life is a principle that, when fully embraced, can completely transform the way you live and the results you achieve. It is about owning your choices, actions, reactions, and circumstances. It's about accepting the reality that you have the power to shape your life and that you are accountable for everything that happens in it. This concept might sound daunting at first, but it's the foundation of personal empowerment. When you take full responsibility, you no longer look outside of yourself for excuses, blame, or justification. Instead, you acknowledge that every outcome in your life is a direct result of decisions you've made, actions you've taken, or actions you've failed to take. The first step in taking full responsibility is to recognize that you are in control of your responses to everything that happens. You may not always have control over the events and circumstances in your life, but you always have control over how you respond to them. Whether it's a difficult boss, an unexpected setback, or a personal loss, the way you choose to think about and react to these situations is entirely up to you. People often fall into the trap of thinking that they are victims of circumstances, believing that life happens to them rather than because of them. But the truth is, your responses determine your outcomes more than the events themselves. Two people can experience the same situation, and yet their reactions can lead to completely different results. One person may choose to see a challenge as an opportunity for growth, while another may see it as a reason to give up. The difference lies in how each person takes responsibility for their reactions. Taking 100% responsibility also means refusing to blame others for your circumstances. It's easy to point the finger at external factors, your upbringing, your partner, your boss, the economy, the government, or even the weather. But as long as you continue to place the blame on others, you give away your power. When you blame, you are essentially saying that someone or something else has control over your life. This mindset keeps you stuck in a place of helplessness and frustration. It prevents you from taking action to improve your situation because you believe the cause of your problems is outside of your control. However, when you take full responsibility, you reclaim your power. You realize that while external factors may influence your life, they do not control it. You are the one who ultimately decides how to respond to any situation, and that response is what shapes your future. Taking responsibility also involves recognizing the role your past decisions have played in your current circumstances. It can be difficult to look back and admit that you made choices that led to outcomes you don't like. It's much easier to say, this happened because of someone else, or I had no choice in the matter, but the reality is that you always have a choice, even when it feels like you don't. Every decision you've made, from the smallest to the most significant, has contributed to where you are today. This includes decisions about your career, your relationships, your health, your finances, and even your mindset. When you own these decisions and the results they've produced, you put yourself in a position of power. You begin to see that if your past decisions have shaped your present, then your present decisions can shape your future. Taking 100% responsibility also extends to your thoughts and beliefs. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful because they influence your actions, and your actions create your results. If you constantly think negative or limiting thoughts, those thoughts will manifest in your life through your behavior. For example, if you believe that you're not smart enough or capable enough to succeed, you will subconsciously sabotage your efforts. You might not take the necessary risks, or you might give up too easily when things get difficult, but when you take responsibility for your thoughts, you recognize that you have the power to change them. You can choose to replace negative, limiting thoughts with positive, empowering ones. By doing so, you shift your mindset and ultimately your behavior. This shift in thinking leads to different actions, and different actions lead to different results. Another crucial aspect of taking responsibility is being accountable for your feelings. Many people believe that their emotions are caused by external events or other people's actions. They say things like, he made me angry, or that situation stressed me out. But in reality, no one can make you feel anything without your consent. Your emotions are a direct result of the way you interpret and think about a situation. For example, if someone criticizes you, you can choose to feel offended and upset, or you can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The choice is yours. When you take responsibility for your emotions, you stop allowing other people and situations to dictate how you feel. Instead, you take control of your emotional state, and you can choose to feel empowered, positive, and resilient no matter what is happening around you. Taking responsibility also means committing to your own personal growth and development. It's easy to become complacent or to settle for less than you're capable of, especially when you can point to external factors as reasons for your lack of progress. But when you take full responsibility, you recognize that your growth is your own responsibility. No one else is going to push you to become the best version of yourself. It's up to you to seek out opportunities to learn, improve, and expand your skills. Whether it's investing in your education, seeking out mentors, or pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, taking responsibility for your personal development means actively pursuing growth rather than waiting for it to happen by chance. Part of taking responsibility for your life is also about owning the commitments and promises you make to yourself and others. It's about following through on what you say you're going to do. Whether it's a personal goal you've set for yourself or a promise you've made to someone else, taking responsibility means honoring your word. When you don't follow through on your commitments, you undermine your own self-trust and integrity. Taking responsibility for your life also means taking ownership of your time. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you choose to spend it determines the quality of your life. Taking 100% responsibility also means taking ownership of your health and well-being. Your physical, mental, and emotional health are your responsibility, and no one else can take care of them for you. Another important aspect of taking responsibility is being proactive rather than reactive. Many people go through life reacting to whatever happens to them rather than taking charge and making things happen. They wait for opportunities to come their way, or they react to problems as they arise rather than anticipating and preventing them. When you take responsibility, you become proactive in shaping your future. You set goals, make plans, and take action to create the life you want rather than waiting for things to happen to you. Being proactive means taking the initiative to solve problems, seek out opportunities, and create positive change in your life. It's about being intentional with your actions and taking control of your destiny. Taking responsibility also means accepting that life isn't always fair. There will be times when things don't go your way, when you face challenges that seem insurmountable, or when you experience setbacks that are beyond your control. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling victimized by these circumstances, but when you take responsibility, you recognize that even in the face of adversity, you have the power to choose how you respond. You can either let challenges defeat you, or you can use them as opportunities to grow and become stronger. Taking responsibility doesn't mean that everything will always be easy or that you won't face obstacles, but it does mean that you have the power to overcome those obstacles and keep moving forward. Finally, taking 100% responsibility for your life means being honest with yourself. It means acknowledging where you are right now, where you want to go, and what you need to do to get there. It's easy to deceive ourselves or to avoid facing the truth about our lives, especially when it's uncomfortable or difficult. But when you take full responsibility, you commit to being truthful with yourself, even when it's hard. You stop making excuses, stop blaming others, and start taking ownership of your life. This kind of radical honesty is the Taking massive, consistent action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's one thing to have aspirations, visions, and goals, but it's another entirely to turn those ideas into tangible outcomes. Many people fail to achieve their desired results not because they lack ambition or vision, but because they struggle to translate their intentions into concrete actions. If you want to create significant change in your life, taking massive, consistent action is essential. This principle embodies the belief that action, rather than mere intention, is what leads to results. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and making progress no matter how small. The journey to achieving your goals begins with a single step. However, it's not just about taking that step, it's about maintaining a relentless momentum. The most successful individuals understand that consistent action compounds over time. Each small effort adds up, creating a ripple effect that leads to bigger results. Think of it as a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it picks up speed and mass, it becomes something substantial. Similarly, when you commit to taking action consistently, you build momentum that propels you closer to your goals. One of the biggest challenges people face when it comes to taking action is overcoming the inertia that often accompanies inaction. It's easy to get stuck in a cycle of procrastination or complacency, especially when you're faced with overwhelming tasks or uncertainty. However, the key to breaking this cycle is to focus on starting small. You don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. Start with one actionable step that moves you forward. This could be something as simple as researching information, making a phone call, or dedicating a few minutes each day to work on your goal. The important thing is to take that first step and then commit to taking the next one, and the next, until taking action becomes a habit. As you embrace the practice of taking massive, consistent action, it's crucial to set clear, specific goals. Vague goals lead to vague actions. If you want to achieve meaningful results, you must define what success looks like for you. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, specify a goal like I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, this specificity allows you to create a roadmap for achieving your goal. Once you have clarity on what you want, break your larger goal into smaller, actionable steps. This approach makes the process less overwhelming and more manageable, enabling you to take consistent action without feeling daunted by the size of your goal. Consistency is key in this equation. Taking action sporadically will yield sporadic results. Instead, develop a routine that supports your goals. Create a schedule that includes dedicated time for working toward your objectives. Treat these time blocks as non-negotiable appointments. By integrating consistent action into your daily routine, you establish a rhythm that reinforces your commitment. You'll find that over time, these small, regular actions accumulate and lead to significant progress. And it's important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you feel unmotivated or when life throws unexpected challenges your way. During those times, it's essential to remember that taking any action, even if it's not your best, is better than doing nothing at all. One of the most powerful motivators for taking action is to hold yourself accountable. When you keep your commitments to yourself, you reinforce your belief in your ability to follow through. Share your goals with someone who can support and encourage you, whether it's a friend, family member, or mentor. By vocalizing your intentions, you create a sense of accountability that can be a powerful catalyst for action. Additionally, consider tracking your progress. Documenting your actions and achievements creates a visual representation of your journey, providing motivation and inspiration to keep going. Overcoming fear is another critical component of taking massive, consistent action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown can paralyze even the most ambitious individuals. However, it's essential to remember that fear is often a product of our imagination. The worst-case scenarios we conjure in our minds are rarely reflective of reality. To combat fear, practice reframing your thoughts. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, concentrate on what could go right. Visualize the successful outcomes of your actions and remind yourself that every successful person has faced their share of failures and setbacks. Embracing a growth mindset allows you to view challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as obstacles to success. As you move forward, be prepared to encounter obstacles and setbacks along the way. No journey toward meaningful change is without its challenges. The key to staying committed in the face of adversity is to maintain your focus on the bigger picture. Remind yourself of your why, the reason you set your goals in the first place. When you have a strong sense of purpose driving your actions, it becomes easier to push through difficulties and keep moving forward. Remember that resilience is built through perseverance. Each challenge you overcome not only brings you closer to your goals, but also strengthens your character and determination. A critical aspect of taking massive action is also the willingness to learn and adapt. As you progress toward your goals, you will inevitably encounter situations that require adjustments to your approach. Instead of viewing these moments as failures, see them as valuable learning opportunities. Embrace feedback and be open to trying new strategies. The most successful individuals are not those who never fail, but those who never failed, but those who learn from their failures and use that knowledge to improve. When you approach your journey with a mindset of curiosity and growth, you are more likely to find innovative solutions to challenges and keep the momentum of your actions moving forward. In addition to learning from setbacks, it's essential to celebrate your achievements along the way. Taking time to acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, reinforces your commitment to taking action. Each milestone reached is a testament to your hard work and dedication. Celebrating your successes creates a positive feedback loop that motivates you to keep pushing forward. Whether it's treating yourself to something special, sharing your achievements with friends, or simply taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come, acknowledging your progress fuels your motivation to continue taking action. As you commit to taking massive, consistent action, it's also important to surround yourself with a supportive community. The people you spend time with have a significant impact on your mindset and motivation. Seek out individuals who inspire and challenge you, who share your values and goals. Engaging with a community of like-minded individuals can provide you with the encouragement and accountability you need to stay committed to your journey. Attend workshops, join groups, or participate in online forums where you can connect with others who are also taking action toward their goals. The support and camaraderie of others can be invaluable in maintaining your motivation and enthusiasm. Lastly, recognize that taking massive, consistent action is not merely about achieving a specific outcome, it's also about the growth and transformation that occurs along the way. The journey itself is a learning experience that shapes who you are and how you view the world. Embrace the process and allow yourself to grow through the challenges and triumphs. As you take action, you will discover strengths you didn't know you had, overcome limitations you once thought were insurmountable, and gain insights that can only be learned through experience. In conclusion, taking massive, consistent action is the key to turning your dreams into reality. It's about making a commitment to yourself and your goals, embracing the journey, and recognizing that every small step contributes to the bigger picture. By setting clear goals, developing a routine, holding yourself accountable, overcoming fear, learning from setbacks, celebrating achievements, building a supportive community, and embracing the process of growth, you create a powerful foundation for success. As you embark on this journey of action, remember that the path may not always be easy, but the rewards of perseverance and dedication are worth every effort. Your dreams are within reach, waiting for you to take that first step and keep moving forward with determination and purpose.